We do. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Great Time Podcast. If this is your first time here listening, thank you for watching us. My name is Abril, and I am from Delta Alpha Sigma Multicultural Sorority Incorporated. And now I'm passing it on to our co-host.
Hi, I'm Joann. I'm from Sigma Lambda Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We do have a guest here if you want to introduce yourself and tell us about some facts about you as well.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Ethan, and I am a brother of Sigma Lambda Beta International Fraternity Incorporated. A little bit about me is that I am currently a senior at University of Texas at Arlington, and majoring in civil engineering.
Ooh, what do you call it? So real quick before we start with the questions, I was like, so why did you choose UTA?
So, my parents moved to Abilene, and I really wanted to move out, and I wanted to go to the Metroplex, and it's kind of close to home, but also kind of away from home. So, I thought it was just a perfect place, and also it's just lot of things to do in the Metroplex, and great opportunities for a career.
Nice. I was like, see, we do have a comment from our YouTube. Here we have from DJ Dean that he said, "Hi, Ethan."
Hey.
Awesome. Okay, so to get started today with our topic, we're going to go off with the first question we have here,
Okay.
which is what got you interested in Greek life?
Um, Well, that's a fantastic question. So, when I graduated high school in 2020, I came to UTA, and that was kind of the weird, like, COVID years. So, we're trying to figure things out, and it was really lonely, in all honesty. Campus was empty, but I walked around and I saw, Greek life have been tabling, or sometimes, and so I just went up and talked to them, and I just saw like the community that they had, and I became interested.
Mm. Had you heard before about Greek life? Whenever like before you went to the UTA or
I did well. Uh, as with like a lot of people too, you just see like the stereotypes in the media, and that's kind of the impression I had going into college, and like uh, first-hand surface level, just seeing what Greek life is about. But as I've gotten to know like the brothers and the community, it's changed.
awesome. I will say that I remember one time there was like a tabling event with the same thing where there was like all the different like Greeks, and then I remember someone just walking by was saying like, "Oh no, I wouldn't join that. You haven't seen like all the hazing and everything that goes on, or like all like the like just like the all the negative stereotypes they were talking about." And I
Right.
was like, you haven't given it a chance yet. You don't know what else there is out there. It's not just what social media or like the media tells you."
Right.
Okay, down to the next. So, kind of going off that same question is why did you go Greek?
Well, I have to say, when I was recruiting, I really got to know one of the brothers, Leo, brother Adamanteus, and he's really like brought me in. He made me interested. Like he helped me out quite understand about what Greek life is actually about, and not what the media portrays it as. And I crossed last semester in fall 22, so it took me a long time to join Greek life. That was my junior year actually. So I went through my freshman and sophomore years without joining, and then finally, after fully understanding what I was gonna get myself into, I decided to join. I decided to cross.
Nice. And this actually came from Emilio, so your LB, right?
Right? Yes, that's my captain.
Like, there you go. I saw you guys both were strolling that on Friday for like the back
Mhm.
to school like barbecue thing.
Right. Yes. Emilio and I, we absolutely love strolling so much. It's just one of my favorite things about Greek life.
So there you go. That's it.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna go on here. This next one says YSLB, and this is from Chris.
Okay. So why SLB? I'd say just Leo. He was really connecting with me, checking up on me, and I really appreciated that. Even when I got into exams, and even when I didn't uh, didn't rush or didn't cross my freshman or sophomore year, I mean, he still kept in touch with me. And so just that connection with him and the connection that I've grown with the other brothers throughout my college years, this really cemented that connection I have with SLB.
Nice. Okay, now we'll go on to the next one. And this next one's also from your LB Emilio. And
Right.
he said, how has SLB helped you find your identity?
That
And
is
what
a heavy question.
Yes, and because I know you had mentioned before how so basically the title of the podcast today is Asian enjoying Latino based multicultural fraternity. So you
Right.
want to you can touch base on that as well as
Okay.
what made you want to join SLB, knowing that it was basically a majority are based off of Latinos.
Right. So even though like I'm Chinese, I saw that SLB is like Latino based, and so they're spreading and growing into a multicultural fraternity. And so you know, when I got to know the brothers, they've welcomed me with open arms, even though I'm not the same race as them, and we all come from different backgrounds. Like they really opened their arms to me and just welcomed me into the fraternity, and accepting me as me and uh, everything that I bring and all of our cultures together.
Nice. Were you ever, whenever you said like you saw the SLB, were you ever at all kind of, would you say, what's the word I'm trying to say? Were you nervous at all, knowing that you're like, oh man, like I'm like, you have that Asian, or you said Chinese, correct?
Right.
So yeah, since you're like different ethnicity, were you ever like afraid of that, or kind of like scared, like what if this happens or
Mhm.
anything like that?
Right. Yes. So in all honesty, like I was like a little afraid. Well, I was afraid of being judged of being Asian and joining a Latino-based fraternity. But as I mentioned, like we're growing into a multicultural sense, and so I felt like I belonged, and I felt that was a community for me. But I did have to think long and hard about it because there's another fraternity on at UTA, the Lambda Phi Epsilon, which is an Asian based fraternity. So I thought that I would get like judged because of that, and I didn't join an Asian based fraternity, and then I went to a Latino based fraternity. But that all went away as I started to grow confidence with my decision and with my community, with my brothers.
Awesome. Did you ever hear anyone, like any of your friends, that ever tell you anything about that?
Uh, yes, I think some people were actually were a little shocked that I didn't. Well, firstly, that I joined Greek life, but secondly, that I went to SLB.
Hmm. So you said, but now you're thriving up in there.
I am, yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. Okay, so the next question here is by CJ24 Caesar. So favorite memory joining the betas.
There's a lot of really good memories, and a lot of them involve strolling. In all honesty, um, I really have to say our spring 23 showcase, MGC showcase, where we put on the show. We strolled out there on the stage, and just hearing the audience, hearing the energy, and just pouring my heart into that stroll. It was electric. It was amazing. I will never forget that.
Really? I think I remember that one. That was the one you said it was last semester's, right?
Right.
Okay, the one that was at the Mac.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was really good. I still remember that one. I was like, "Okay, I see you betas." Like,
Hmm.
"Hey."
Thank you.
It was very nice. Will
Thank
you
you.
be part of this oh wait, never mind. I was gonna ask you to be part of this semester's.
Yeah, I would love to. If I was not going to study abroad, I would love to stroll in the showcase again.
You're like, "But I'll be seeing the videos."
Right.
Awesome. Is there any other memory? 'Cause I know you said you had a lot of them. Is there any other memory you'd like to share with us?
Shoot. I think. at Greek life as a whole, but like after joining the Betas, I had my 21st birthday party over the summer, and so I invited the brothers. I invited some other people involved in Greek life, and that was a lot of fun. It's been a great summer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Happy late or happy early birthday, whichever you
thank you.
expect. Ooh. And so we do have another comment here on YouTube. This is from Kathleen. Or Kathleen. I believe that's how you say her name. She
Caitlin,
said,
yes.
Caitlin. She said, so slay.
Oh,
So showing the support.
mhm.
Okay, so the next thing, so you did mention with you that how a lot of your memories are about strolling. So this
Yes.
next question goes right into it. So what is your favorite stroll?
Wow. Okay, at the very beginning when I got interested in SLB, I know Wipe Me Down has a special place in my heart, but I love strolling to all of our stroll songs. I can't pick a favorite,
I was like,
but
no, hmm, I
Wipe Me
don't
Down was my first love.
wipe me down.
Yes.
That's what they call it. I just know every time you guys do your guys' roll call, we're always like the triple
Oh my
spin.
goodness, that's gonna kill someone. I never tried it. I think I'm gonna break my ankle, but maybe in the near future.
You're like gotta get used to it.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear us, but that but we're always yelling that
Oh yeah,
on all of the time.
we always hear the triple spin. You know, every time we hear the roll call, we know people are gonna ask for the triple spin.
You're like, hey, that's the signature right there.
Right.
Awesome. Is there any of so kind of going off of this question? Is there any other stroll that you haven't learned yet that you're like intrigued or you're ready to learn?
Right. Oh. Um. I think in the Stroll archives we have one for Fight Night by Migos. So I
Mhm.
really want to learn that one next. But I think we need to figure out some other strolls too, like
Ooh.
the bros will know this. Oh shoot, the King Stroll. But yeah, I mean, we have one of them for Nuck If You Buck that we should familiar ourselves with before we go into some other songs.
Like let's get some of the ones that are always played up.
Right, right.
Okay, down to the next.
Oh, oh, also we have a comment as well. DJ Dean said the triple spin, yes.
And if I try to triple spin, I'm going straight to the hospital.
Have you
Like,
tried it?
No, I can do a mean double, but
No?
I'm scared to do the triple.
did they ever tell you guys any of that whenever you guys are like learning the strolls, like about the triple spin, anything like that? Do they warn you guys?
Yes, we were warned about the triple spin, and we were told don't do it unless you're confident about it.
I
Hmm.
said, well, regardless of whether it is a triple spin or not the triple spin, we still got you supporting.
Ah, we appreciate y'all support. I mean, we love being out there. I mean, I love being out there, just seeing the support for each other and for all of us together.
There you go. Get down for the next question. Here we do. This is from LB. So this one, I was wondering, like, there's got to be a backstory to this one. So he
Yes,
said, "Did you forget the alamo and the little emoji face?"
right. So that picture used on Instagram. We took
Mhm.
that at the Alamo for our South Region retreat and University of San Antonio. So that was I was in the fall 22, and so we took some pictures there, and I'm sure that's why he asked me about the Alamo.
Oh, so that was for a retreat. You said,
Yes, yes, for our South region.
and how was that?
It was a lot of fun. Lots of learning, leadership, and networking. Really, a lot of networking with bros from all around the South region, so Texas and Oklahoma.
Hmm.
But it was really cool to see a bunch of chapters there and to see how they're doing.
For because this is technically you said during this. This was kind of recently then when you first crossed, correct?
Right.
That you would have gone to it?
Yes.
Nice. I think I remember seeing pictures about it of you
Mhm.
guys going over there. I was like, oh, sounds fun.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of traffic too.
Down in San Antonio, right?
Right. Right.
That area. You gotta love that traffic.
Oh, it was so awful.
Dang.
Now for the next question here. He says, Emilia says, how do you manage school in your fraternity?
Well, it kind of comes down to time management with myself. So I've always been kind of busy throughout college and high school. So my freshman and sophomore year, I was in marching band, which took a lot of my time.
Hmm.
So I feel that time management kind of comes a little bit easy to me, but definitely sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. And when it gets overwhelming, it's I find for myself it's important to like take a step back and just relax, take a breath, and to get back at it. But also understanding that what I'm in college for, like I love Greek life, I love SLB, but I'm ultimately here to graduate with a degree. And
Hmm.
so it's just for me understanding some of my priorities and understanding myself and how I learn and operate, because I've already spent like freshman, sophomore, and now junior year figuring out what kind of works best for me, and so now I'm just applying that to another semester.
Okay. And I think I saw last time you had posted on your Instagram something about you're part of like it was an internship, was it?
Yes, yes, I was part of an internship this summer, which I interned with the same company I interned with last summer as well.
Hmm. And how is that?
It was great. It was great. I love the office culture with IEA, which is short for Innovative Engineering Associates. So it's a
Mhm.
civil engineering consulting firm, and I I work with the office for 2 summers now, and I love the environment. I love the work culture and the people I'm working with, and so it made work a lot more enjoyable.
Nice. And then you were doing like a presentation, right? On there, I think I saw you had put like your Greek letters, right?
I did, yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Did they ever ask you anything about the like, oh, how is the fraternity going? Anything like that?
Yes, they tease me about it sometimes. So that presentation was for an internship presentation. So at the end of the summer, all the interns we had to do a little presentation of like what we actually did this summer, just so the company knows that we weren't just spinning our wheels, but we actually learned something.
Mhm.
Um, but yes, so they did ask me a little bit about the fraternity and the Greek life, and they messed with me about it enduringly.
Nice. Okay, so you said so. Is there any tips with this question that you would say to other people who, let's say, other people who are also in the same boat, as in they're also in a fraternity and they're trying to manage school? Any tips for them?
Right. Um, so knowing, I mean, it's a little bit subjective. I'm gonna start off with that because, I mean, I could say whatever works for me, but it's not going to work for somebody else. In all honesty, but like a generalized tip, I would say is to know yourself, know your schedule, and really try to schedule a little bit around like how much time you think something will take. Like, let's say I get assigned like a homework assignment. Oh, it's for calculus, 10 questions, maybe like an hour or 2 hours. And then kind of plan my day, or plan the day, just internalizing that that's going to take me 1 or 2 hours that I need to commit. This is going to take me a couple hours to commit. And it's just really understanding like how much time something might take. But it's also a lot of trial and error too.
Mhm.
I know when I first started my freshman year, I did not get it at all.
Mhm.
I was struggling, but
Mhm.
after a little bit of like trial and error, a little bit of experiencing it firsthand, like I told my roommates or my roommates last year about that too. Like the first couple weeks, you get to internalize your schedule before the hard work starts.
That's true.
Mhm.
Like, then I'll make my plan, see how it all goes.
Yeah, hopefully it goes according to plan.
True.
Right.
You never know with everything going on. Like, oh wait,
Mhm.
extra this, extra that.
Right, and there's definitely with experience, I've learned to have like some buffer time or uh, it- plan for the worst case scenario. Like let's say, oh, I plan this is going to take me 1.5 hours. Well, maybe I'm going to get stuck on a problem, so that's going to actually take me 2 hours. So
Mhm.
sometimes like
Mhm.
having that extra time for yourself is a little bit relieving on your stress, but also you're going to have extra time for your next activity in case you finish early.
That's true. Do you
Mm.
keep a plan or anything like that?
Not particularly a planner, but I throw everything into my Outlook calendar. So like all my
Mm.
due dates,
Oh.
my class schedule, but important dates. That's really crucial for me to have in my calendar. Because if I don't know those dates, then I'm gonna forget about it, and I'm gonna panic and drink a Red Bull and probably kill my brain.
Red Bull for
Felt
the
that.
Right.
so is Red Bull the go-to energy drink?
I'm more of a monster type of guy personally, but I've tried really hard not to drink energy drinks.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like when you really need it, then I mean, then it kind of helps for me. Because actually, about 2 years ago, I was on like a caffeine cleanse for a couple months.
Mhm.
But like I mentioned, I did not put down a deadline in my calendar, and I had a lot to do. So I drank a Vang, which was, oh my goodness, that has like 300 milligrams of caffeine in it, and
Dang.
I felt like my brain was elevated. Like it was like an out of body experience. But let me tell you, after I drank that, the homework got done.
Like it was worth it.
Right.
Yes.
Ooh. Well, no, Jan, you said that you don't do any. You do smoothies, right, Jan?
Yeah, I can't do coffee. I don't know. For me, like I get panic attacks.
Uh,
But yeah, no, smoothies are just my go-tos.
I
that
feel like
sounds a
it's
lot
a.
healthier.
You can try it out and be like,
True.
hmm,
Right.
maybe that will help out.
Mm. Coffee's gross, anyways.
You don't like coffee?
I do actually.
Oh, I was like, no.
I drink
Like, oh,
mine like straight black, which I know is, yeah, I know.
props to you, bro. Because
No
I don't know.
props.
Well, cause see, I've tried it before. Cause I have one of my guy best friend. He's from Colombia,
Mm,
and he, every time like he'd be like, "Oh, just a regular black coffee," and I'm like,
mhm.
"That's it? Like no sugar, no nothing?" He's like, "No,
Right,
just like that." And I tried it, but like I don't know. I need some creamer on that, like some vanilla
right,
creamer, to add some little bit of sweetness to it,
right.
and then just add like shots of espresso, and then that will make it stronger.
Right. Personally, I'm too lazy to put creamer or sugar in there. I'll just drink it straight black. That's whatever.
Dang.
Sorry.
What's it called? DJ Dean did comment and he said you had tried C4 question mark.
I have not, but I have seen those around. I've never tried one before, but maybe I'll try that one next time because I'm a very
C4?
adventurous person. I like trying
I
new
got
things.
you. If you ever need a C4 drink,
Yeah.
wait, where is it at? Let me know, because
Right. Wait, isn't one of your sisters does some promotion for C4?
yes. So
Right.
that's it. Yeah. So
Sonara.
Sonara, she's
Yeah.
actually that's like part of her work. She goes out to events and she's the people that you go see out and she like give out the drinks.
Mhm.
But yes, so that's why
That's
I'm
cool.
like, because honestly, before I never knew about C4s. Well, like maybe I seen them by. I would always just stick to Red Bulls,
Mhm.
And then like since I always had like different flavors, I'd be like, "Ooh, okay, I'm gonna try this flavor today. I'm gonna try this flavor today.
Mhm.
But then she introduced me to C4s, and now I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm like, oh, there's some of them that are really good. Some of
Right.
them have like there's one of them that was very interesting to me. It had like a orange cream.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad, but yeah. So if you ever want to try C4s, let me know. I
Okay. Okay.
got you.
There
Maybe after
also
this
in
podcast. Sorry.
very good. There's also another comment. I don't want to say this name wrong. Kathian?
Caitlin.
What? Caitlin?
Yeah.
I'm so bad.
No worries.
Um, what are you most excited about in Greek life?
The community. I love the community. I love being involved in the community. I love talking to everybody. IFC, CPH, NCC, and MPHC. I love talking to everybody. I love the community. That just gets me excited. That I walk down the street like, hey, what's up? Like I know so many people around campus because of Greek life, and I made so many connections because of Greek life, and it's just I love the community.
Aw. I was like,
Love that.
just to double check. This Caitlin a cutie pie, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was making sure. I was like,
Okay.
huh. Let me make sure because I do know her. I was like, hey, Caitlin. Awesome. Okay, so now to the next question that we'll add here is, let's see. This is going from Marcus. He said, favorite organization besides your own org and why?
That's that's a little tough. Um, I wouldn't say it's like exactly an organization. Well, it is. So I've been in marching band since high school and 2 years in college. But similarly, like the community is what makes it special. And just marching bands. I've had a lot of fun memories, friends, but great moments because of marching band, because of the community.
Mhm. Because you said you did marching band your freshman and sophomore year,
I
correct?
did, yes.
Mhm. So what made you want afterwards, like, just be like, you know what, I'm done with marching band? What made you want to like step out of it? Was it just like you're like, okay, time to move on to something else, or what got
Right.
you?
So I believe, firstly, my interest in UTA marching band has been kind of going down a little bit, just because of it's been a huge time commitment, along with classes and studying. But along with that, then you start to rationalize everything else that comes with marching band. That is
Mhm.
like afternoon, 2.5, 3 hour rehearsals 3 times a week. So it's eating up a lot of my time, and it was also difficult to schedule around it. And so I realized at this point, I got a degree to earn, so
Mhm.
I dropped marching band, and marching band wasn't gonna commit anything to my degree, so it was more for fun, anyways.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. The next question here we have is also from Marcos. He says, "How did they recruit you?" Question mark. And since it is recruitment season.
Right, food. They recruited me with food. I love free food or free food. So as I mentioned earlier, that Leo was the one who really kept in touch with me, but he also invited me out to like dinner and like lunch with the bros, and before I was even a member, or before I crossed. And so he brought me to like Korean barbecue, Pluckers, and a bunch of other places. So that's where I really got to know the other bros and know about Greek life. And so
Mhm.
that's how they reeled me in. They offered free food, and I did not refuse, and here I am now. But it was great. I don't regret anything.
Mm. I would say we actually were talking about this last time about how like I feel like food is like the soul, like what is it
Yes.
called, like there's a phrase of it, but I don't know, but like it's just very everyone loves food,
Right?
it's a great way to bond over food and over everything. Last time with Joann, she was really happy with her McDonald's. She was over
Oh yeah.
here.
I got
Lots
my
of good
Happy
memories
Meals.
at McDonald's drive-through. Yeah. It's kind of funny how like those little moments become really really good memories.
For them.
Mhm.
There's a comment that DJ Dean said, food solves everything.
I agree. It really fills the void in my heart and
Definitely.
stomach.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
What's it called? If they didn't like constantly text you or like took you out, like would that change your decisions or like how would that affect you or like I feel like it was a big change from like deciding from it?
I think I think it definitely would change that I wouldn't be as interested in the betas because me with free food and also like keeping up with me, it really shows that they care and that they want to get to know me, and that even though I didn't cross for 2 years, they didn't forget about me, and they're still checking on how I'm doing. So not only are they checking on me, but they're also ensuring that I still remember them,
Mm.
True.
still keep the betas in mind.
Nice. What do you call it? With that being said, so basically, before you said, so you have heard about them before, right? Before you actually joined.
Yes.
Hmm. What do you call it? And then, so did you wait until your junior year? Because then that's when you felt like you were ready for to join, or what made you want to wait until whenever you joined?
I felt like I was ready to join because also I quit marching band, and so I felt I have a little bit more time to commit to recruitment week, and so I just thought I had the time, I had the motivation, I found a community that I like, and these guys that I support, and so that's why I made the decision that this is the year. I'm not gonna hold it off any longer. That I have no excuse now, and so that's when I made the commitment.
Nice. Let's see. I was like, and also to for anyone watching, feel free to leave any comments or any questions you have down below. Also, too for Ethan. Let's see. Okay, and like, oh, so okay, I actually have a question for you. I'm gonna take this one out. Okay, so how was it once you presented to your parents that you were going to like join a fraternity? How was that? How did that go down?
Okay, right. So it was a little uncomfortable because my parents they were like, Ethan, you're going to school, you're gonna get a degree, right? And then when I was telling them about my experiences with the betas before I crossed, um, they're like, "Are you really hanging out with fraternities?" And I was like, "Yeah," but they gave me free food, and so I've been telling my parents about them for a couple years, and then finally when I made the decision to join to cross, um, we were at a restaurant in Abilene, and we sat down. My sister was there too, and we were talking about it. And I told them I joined SLB, and my dad wasn't really surprised, but even though they were a little bit uncomfortable at first, uh, but since some time has passed and um, I've known these guys for a couple years now, they were more comfortable with my decision.
Hmm.
Because if I just joined my freshman year, they would have been like,
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
Do you think it was because also too they had this they kind of heard all like the negative stereotypes behind like Greek life and like fraternities?
Right. Yes. Yes. That too. And so I had to, when I presented that, I had to carefully navigate how I went about it to let them know.
Or nice. And then I think
Yes. So we do have another comment from Caitlin, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. What were your expectations before into Greek life, and what did you learn since crossing and now into active life?
Wow. Okay. That's a thinker. Uh, so my expectations going into Greek life was a lot of community based and some work here and there. But going into Greek life and crossing, being involved, I realized it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time to commit, and of course, voluntarily committing, but also, I mean, it's very rewarding as well. So I never expected that. I didn't expect the community to reach further than the betas. So like to MTC, to the other Greek councils at UTA, and not even just UTA, but to like TCU, UNT, to uh, a lot of Greek life in the Metroplex. But this past semester, I held two positions, for my fraternity, and that was pretty taxing. Um, but that because of that, and in between working as an honors advocate and also keeping up with my grades, so it was definitely more time commitment than I expected. But I also put myself into that kind of time commitment as well.
Mhm. Would you say? Because I know usually people always ask too, like, is Greek life what you expected it to be?
Um, yes and no. I definitely did not expect the communities to be so close knit, to be so interactive with each other, because I thought that it would just be us and we just keep to ourselves.
Mhm.
But being involved now is completely opposite. Like we're all talking with each other, getting to know each other, no matter what fraternity or sorority we're in, which I thought that was uh, that's a great way to subvert my expectations. Um, so I thought that was one of the cool things about Greek life that I've really enjoyed.
Mhm. You say there's Greek unity?
Right, Greek unity, yes.
Definitely. I feel that. I feel the same way. I feel like at least here, well, at least I say personally because of UTA. I said I do think we do a lot of things to try to stay connected within each other, or like the little like things we do. Even like not even just within our council, but even with like other councils around. Whenever we do events like the back to school barbecue, we see each
Right,
other, or just events that we do together. But
right. Yeah,
it's nice.
that's been so cool, and also I love coming out to support the other organizations too, like coming out to stroll offs, founders weeks, uh, what is it, stroll off, founder weeks, revealings. Those are fun too.
Mhm.
But coming out to those events and also other events that we all have on campus, just stopping by the table, saying hi, come supporting the cause, and supporting each other.
Yes. Okay. And then you said you're going to be studying abroad, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. So, what do you call it? How is that gonna be like, um, with everything? Like, are you excited for it, or what got you into wanting to study abroad?
Right. So my parents are very experienced travelers, and my sister and I are experienced travelers as well. So we have an interest in seeing the world, seeing the culture, and so my parents have also encouraged me to study abroad as well ever since I've started college. And so kind of aligning everything and ensuring I did the application process was a little bit difficult because I tried last year, but I was behind. I was too late. But this year I was on top of it, and it was something that I wanted to do, even though it might push me back maybe a semester in academics. It's something that I've always wanted to do in my time in college, but it's also going to affect my college life because my friends in my classes, like, they're advancing, and so they're probably going to graduate before me, and I miss out on a semester of Greek life, so revealings, stroll offs, so I miss that as well. But
Mhm.
but I'm really excited to go to Barcelona, Spain. I'm leaving next Saturday, actually. I'm really excited to see what's out there.
Aw. I was like, at least check out Gigi Dean's Instagram, see if he has any updates.
Right?
He'll always be posting something out there.
Yeah.
Mhm. Let's see. I
Oh,
know. Oh, you're gonna say something, Joanne?
yes. Sorry, I had to scroll down. DJ Dean did commented. It says Greek unity at its finest.
Right. Actually, some parts of me, I truly believe that DJ Dean has really helped to unify unify Greek life together. His work that he does. I mean, I love watching his videos and watching his recordings of our stroll loss revealings. Like, it's I really think that he has unified Greek life,
Hmm. I feel that.
or unifying
I would
Greek
agree.
life. Right.
Yes.
It's like DJ Dean, keep it up.
Right. Great work.
Okay, and then I have another question to ask.
Okay.
Okay, so is there any advice you would give to anyone, maybe who, like, let's say it's kind of the same situation as you, that maybe they wanted to join a either a fraternity or sorority, but let's say maybe ethnicity is based on maybe a different one than their own. Any advice for them?
I'd say, and Leo's told me this as well. Find your community. I found a community with the betas, and you might not have that community with um, maybe your ethnicity. In all honesty, and so find your community. Find what what is perfect for you or perfect for your situation. And it's really subjective, and it's down to what you feel about it, or um, yeah, what you feel about it. But find a community, find what you like, and don't feel pressured that you should do something. Because I mean, why you shouldn't have to subject yourself to something you won't like.
Mhm, that's true. Lots to that. 'Cause I know a lot of people, they
I
always,
like that advice.
yeah, it was good.
Thank you.
Let me write that. Wait, hold on, let me write that down real quick so I can like,
Mhm. It's like,
yeah. 'Cause I do know a lot of people. I feel like when it comes to joining a sorority or fraternity, it's always like, how do I know which one to join? Or like, or they
right.
always hear all these things like, oh, well, you should join this one because X or Y.
Mm,
From other people, like whether it be like, oh, well, ethnicity wise, or oh, because your family is part of this one, so you should just do this.
mm.
But I
Mhm.
like that, whatever, to join the one that suits you the most.
Right. Yes. So I have a kind of an example of that. I was also part of a different organization as well. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but I paid the membership dues. I went to like a meeting of theirs, and I found that I just really do not like their officer board.
Hmm.
Just
Mm.
I had that tone of like prep. That they had that tone of like preppiness and something that I did not vibe with, and so I just left then and there. Did not come back to any other meeting, and I just left. So there's no reason to stay in something that is going to make you unhappy.
Mm.
Hmm. That's true. Well, especially now that you say like, if you're in college, enjoy it. Why are you gonna join something if it's not gonna be worth your time to put
Right.
into it, or the
Mhm.
commitment, or like you're not gonna be happy with it?
Right.
Like, thank you,
Yeah.
but
You're like, I'm dipping.
Exactly. I
I'll
gotta
move
take
on.
care of me.
Yep.
Exactly. That's a first priority right there.
Absolutely.
Mm. We're all out here trying to get this degree.
Right.
Seriously. We do have another comment from DJ Dean. He says, "Thank you. I'm retiring soon," with the laughing
Retiring soon.
emoji. He's not retiring. Mm-mm.
Okay.
We're gonna be like, "We can't let you go yet." Nah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on, I need
Mm.
somebody to record the MGC showcase for when I'm gone. I need to watch it.
You're like, DJ Dean, can that be your homework for us? No. There any intel, how is that going for you guys? Have like, I don't know, have you seen anything like, how's the showcase preparing going for you guys? What can we expect?
I don't know.
She's like,
Yeah,
you're not
I
yet. So.
I had no idea. Since I'm studying abroad, I've been focused on finishing my internship and like
Hmm.
packing and getting to know what I'm actually doing in Spain because I've not done
Hmm.
that at all. So I have this week to pack and figure out what is going on, and then I'm leaving on Saturday. So I haven't really been thinking about showcase or
Hmm.
what's going to happen.
Mhm.
But I support them, and I know they're gonna put on a good show. I just don't know any details of it.
Hey, good luck with packing and everything. You got this.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes. And then we have another comment from Caitlin. It says, "What is your plans for post grad, and what's your planning to stay involved?"
Okay, yeah. So post grad, I would absolutely love to be involved with the chapter still. I mean, I love coming to the Greek events, the community events, and so I really hope to stay in touch and to continue supporting, even though even as an alum. I really want to come back and just so much show my support, see some of the other graduates as well. Because I was talking to Jordan on Friday after the cookout, yeah, the UTA cookout, and we were talking about still being involved with the chapters, our respective chapters, and coming back and supporting. You know,
Oh. What do you got? Do you so then would you plan to join? Could you tell your alumni association? Would you plan to join them?
yes, yeah. I plan to join our alumni association just because I plan to stick around in DFW for a while, just to establish my career because engineering is a little complicated. But anyways, I plan to stick around for a while, so I'll be in the area and I'll be
Mm.
strolling
We love
Like
that.
unless until my knees give out and I break them.
like you'll see him out there on that floor.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
What do you call it? So you said so do you so as of now, since you said you do want to join the alumni, so do you feel like you get a lot of the support from your alumni currently? Like I guess whenever you're at like that in the previous semesters, have you felt like that support by your alumni association?
I think so. They show up to events. I think we definitely should improve our relations and try to stay connected because it's really easy to be disconnected from our alumni, just because life kind of pulls us away.
Mhm.
But like what Leo did to me, but reaching out is a huge, huge sign that people actually care. And so they do come to some of our events, like our founder stroll off. We had a couple of alums come down, and so I think so. Like, we did get some support.
Mhm.
So I really hope to also be that support after my time is done.
Nice. Like just catch him on the floor, bro. He'll be
Oh,
there.
for sure, for sure.
Okay. Is there any other questions? Anyone else? Any of the viewers? Anyone that's new who just joined the live? Any questions you guys have for Ethan?
Mhm,
Feel free to drop them down.
mhm.
Is there anything you would like to add? Personalize anything?
Yeah. Let's see. So my LB said earlier. He had a question earlier about joining SLB and finding my identity,
Mhm.
and so that's been that's been something I've been trying to figure out for a while now. Um, not only just being an Asian and a Latino based fraternity, but also personally for myself. So even though I was born in China, I was also adopted. So I was adopted into America with my parents, and they've been a huge help and gave me through like uh, medical issues. Like I was born with a cleft palate, and so they've been helping me out with that, but also helping me find out find out more about myself because it's really easy to get lost in what was in my past, or the lack thereof, the
Mhm.
lack of not knowing. But it's more of what you make of it now, which is what something that some of our brothers have been helping me out with. Like it's not about where you come from; it's about what you make of yourself now.
Mm.
I have to credit our brother Artemio for that, brother Aguila.
Mhm.
But yeah,
That is true. As like the past, or whatever like you said, it's what's happening now. How are you gonna build it?
right. And that's definitely a trouble to have a nice balance, because sometimes you can get so caught up in the present and that you forget about playing for the future. Like it's important to think about the future sometimes, but
Mhm.
but being hung up on like the past or something is just it's not healthy. I can tell you from personal experience, it is not healthy.
Mhm. I definitely agree with that.
Mhm.
Let's see. Okay, let me look. Joanne, do you have anything else for Ethan?
I think you guys and everybody else answers pretty good questions so far. So, yeah, I don't have any right now.
No questions?
they're like they're like you did an awesome, amazing job.
Aw.
Right?
Y'all did an awesome, amazing job.
Is there anything you would like to mention? Anything else about SLB or about you before we'll conclude this podcast?
Um, hmm.
Or
I'd
anything
say
going towards our audience? Anything?
okay. Um, do what makes you happy. Find your community. Get involved. It's so easy to stay in your dorm and just play video games. I was doing that for a while, but getting involved with the community is so fruitful for the connections that you make and the people that you meet. I mean, there's so many awesome people, and the stereotypes, it is not at all what Greek life is about.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So find your community. Um, be kind to yourself because it is a lot of trial and error. I mean, nobody can tell you all the answers. You just kind of have to live through it and figure out what works best for you. Um, yeah, figure out what works best for you because I mean, college is tough. College is tough for everybody, and for
True.
different reasons. And so there's no one right answer. There's no magic cure. Unfortunately, it's a lot of trial and error.
Hmm.
Um,
So that was good.
but yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Stay in school, kids.
You got it. There you go. Okay. Then that we're from with that we're gonna conclude this podcast for today. And once again, well, Ethan, first of all, thank you for joining us today and being our special guest. Good luck to you abroad. And you said Spain, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Barcelona.
There you go. So we'll be here. So when you come back,
Mhm.
the Greek community here will still be here welcoming you back.
Right. Well, thank you
Yes.
guys so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I love all these questions. I love having y'all as the co-host, but it's been a great experience. Hope y'all learned something, or not. That's okay. But thank you guys so much.
Awesome. And then again, too, thank you to everyone out there who is watching. And then
And
don't
who
forget
gave
that
comments?
oh yes, and the comments, yes, and for the comments. And as always, you can feel free to we'll be posting this video soon on Instagram, or also too you can watch it on the other platforms, YouTube. It's what's the other one? YouTube, and they'll be there.
Right.
And yes, and we'll be ready for the next podcast soon. So stay tuned for anything else. And again, thank you, Ethan.
Well, thank you
Okay,
guys so much. Thank you.
on to the next. Bye, everybody.
Bye.